are looking to buy a good EDC knife that's not that much money, I'm going to show you the SOG Twitch 2. So I do own a lot of knives. I consider myself a knife collector. Not that this has any, long-term value or anything like that. It's more about personal entertainment. But this one is, I think the design on this is great. Just how it looks, the ergonomics, etc. And that's one of the key things I look for in buying a new knife, is how's it designed, what does it look like, and how does it feel to hold. So this thing is tiny, so just the handle size is probably 3 1/4 inch, and it's gray scales here. And from what the website says, that these are aluminum. But when I got the package open, I was a little surprised in that it almost feels like plastic. It's certainly not the same aluminum as I've seen on other sites. I don't want to taint the review here, so I'll come back to that. Okay, so it's assisted opening. You can use the flipper, like you just saw there. It is a lockback knife, okay, which you can carefully do with one hand. You can also use the thumb studs to open it. I'm sure I'm focused in here, hold on. Okay, thumb studs. Okay, extremely fast to deploy. Again, the lock back to close. I'll give you an up close view of the lock back here. Pretty interesting design. You got the flipper, got the thumb studs. Got the adjusting pivot on back. You have a nice pocket clip, the way it's designed, very low carry. Great design. I love the color. Lanyard hole. And again, I would consider this as part of a good EDC knife. Not a heavy use knife at all. Light duty. So flipper. The blade is very tiny. It's let's measure it here. Okay. Get the nice ruler again. 2 3/4 maybe. Check the website for precision, but definitely less than 3 inches. It's made of AUS 8 steel, which is not a great steel. I've had it chip on me before, not this one, but one of my first what I'll call modern knives. I've had this type of steel chip. It is easy to sharpen, and it's very sharp, razor sharp. You don't want to touch it; it can get so sharp. But it's fine for this. I got this $35 at Lowe's, and you can get it online, and even for the more popular online knife websites, the Lowe's price found locally was great. That's a great price. So not an expensive knife at all. Basically standard drop point blade. Pretty nice. So easy to pocket carry. Don't even think you really need to use the clip. I don't know what the weight is, but it's very light. Lighter than most Swiss Army knives. So that brings me back to the one issue that I was a little surprised about. I'm going to give this knife an overall very good rating. I think it's a good one to have if you're looking for a nice EDC knife. And you don't want to spend a lot of money. The aluminum scales, again, it does say aluminum. It's I'll say the scales are better than maybe FRN, or let me rephrase that. I think it's similar to FRN and some of the what I'll call plastic type scales. So even though it's aluminum, it feels like plastic. There's a little bit of, I can, if I have the knife open, I can kind of flex the scale a little bit. And that was a little bit of a surprise to me, because my experience with aluminum in knives is mainly the Benchmades. So this is definitely aluminum, certainly of a different grade. This is the Benchmade 940. So it has a metal feel to it. And this kind of has a snappy, kind of a 15 to 20 layers of a milk carton feel to it. So that was a little bit of a surprise. Not that that's bad, it's just different than what I expected. Certainly gaining on the weight here. The Benchmade, and a lot of them, not just this one, they have this aluminum, but in my past videos I've said I didn't like it that much. So the Benchmade one, it feels kind of cold and metallic and slick and chalky. I hate the chalky feel of these. This one, you don't get that at all. So I don't know what to make of maybe what I'm saying, but different than what I'm expecting is kind of the moral of that story. Different than what I was expecting. So again, high rating, very nice. So there you go. Let me know if you have any questions.